Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. Welcome back, my friends, to the BjjBrick Quick Podcast. My name is Byron. Today, we're going to talk about taking time off to wrestle in school. And this might not be you. You might not be a junior high or college or high school, I don't know why I put those out of order, level wrestler. But if you're in a wrestling program, or maybe one of your teammates is a wrestler, or maybe one of your students that you're coaching is a wrestler, this is what this is about. Because we do jiu-jitsu year-round, but wrestling has seasons. And I've always supported the individuals that like to go wrestle. Take your time off of jiu-jitsu and go wrestle. That's a great idea. Now, I could understand some coaches saying, no, don't quit jiu-jitsu. Coaches, this is often very important. You know, it's part of their high school sports. They're going to learn different grappling skills. They're going to become a more varied grappler. They're going to get a different set of coaching. I think the coach needs to look at what's best for the student and maybe miss a little bit of income, miss a little bit of good mat time, miss a valued teammate on the mats for a few months. But your wrestling time will expire. There's really not the same setup to wrestle, on into your adulthood, into your 30s and 40s and be out there wrestling all the time. Like, that's not, do your wrestling. If you like to wrestle, you like to do jiu-jitsu, wrestling season's coming up, you're considering not doing your wrestling to stay with jiu-jitsu, I always say do your wrestling. Jiu-jitsu will be there for you when you get back, and you'll be able to out-wrestle all of us jiu-jitsu people, which is awesome. That's a great skill to work on. So I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, obviously, but it will come up. Watch your teammates and be ready for them to approach that season and think about what to do. You only get a high school wrestling career, for those years. You only get your junior high wrestling career for those years. If you make a college team, that time does go by. Jiu-jitsu will always be there for you. Take time off, wrestle. Another great benefit is, you get all these matches. You get so many more matches and so much more experience of competing on the mats with other proficient grapplers. If you watch wrestlers compete, in jiu-jitsu or MMA, they have a different, a degree of confidence or look in them. Like, they're not particularly nervous. They might be, but they've competed a lot versus other people on the mats, in physical confrontations. I don't know how many matches you get in the course of a season, but it's a lot compared to how many you would get in the same amount of time in jiu-jitsu. You'd have to really travel a ton. You'd have to spend a bunch of money and take up, the entire weekends, every weekend to get anywhere near the level of matches you get in a wrestling season. So do that. Represent your school that you are educated at, I guess, not jiu-jitsu school, for those couple of months. Go wrestle. It's good for your jiu-jitsu too. And have that conversation with your coach. Coach, I really love jiu-jitsu, but I don't want to miss my wrestling career. They should understand that. If they don't, just set it down on the table for them. This is what you want to do. If that's what you want to do. I don't know you personally, what you want to do, but I always think long-term, if you've wrestled, it's been a benefit to your jiu-jitsu. So it's even a benefit long-term to your jiu-jitsu to take a little bit of time off and do some wrestling. Guys, what do you think? Did you take time off to go wrestle? Does a teammate do that? Let me know. Till next time, stay sweaty, my friends.